Welcome everyone. This month's charities are the American Cancer Society, American Red Cross, Wounded Warrior Project, Doctors Without Borders, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Give a brief story as to which charity you want to be donated to and why, and whichever one has the most likes on each video towards the end of the month will be donated to. Just remember to let the ads play all the way through on the video, whether you are watching it or not, to maximize the donation amount. And share the video to get more supporters on board. So sit back, relax, and idle for charity. I've decided a fun way to fill up the video's time would be to inform you, the viewer, about funny, weird, or just awkward crimes around the world that you normally wouldn't hear about unless you lived in the local areas that the crimes took place in. And there are a lot of them. All over the internet, you can find stories of crazy people from Florida doing all kinds of crazy things, illegal or otherwise, so it's only fitting that our first story is out of Ocala, Florida, where the drug-dealing couple shown here, William Parrish Jr. on the left and Mackenzie Dobbs on the right, are wanting to step up their drug-dealing ways by making the dealings more convenient for the buyers. The bright idea they came up with was turning their kitchen window on their mobile home into a drive-thru. That's not even the craziest part. They actually had signs in their yard directing people where to drive, and even had signs showing whether or not they were open for business. And the only item on the menu was heroin laced with fentanyl. Our next story takes us all the way to Blackpool, England, where a 45-year-old man by the name of Leigh Ford thought it would be fun to make a bunch of frantic phone calls to his then pregnant girlfriend, Zoe Doyle, claiming that he had been kidnapped and they will break his legs, cut off his balls, and throw boiling water over him if she refused to pay the staggering 80-pound ransom. At first she thought it was fake, but with each phone call he sounded more frantic, and she could hear men in the background yelling what they would do to him if the ransom wasn't paid. All of this led to a 24-hour, 30,000-pound manhunt that ended in Ford being caught on CCTV footage, leaving a store with a couple of buddies carrying alcohol. Apparently his friends put him up to the gag, and he could have just used the 80 pounds regardless if the ransom was paid or not, seeing as how it was on a bank account that they both shared. Believe it or not, Zoe forgave her baby daddy for putting her through all of it, but the local police force wasn't so forgiving. The stunt landed Ford in jail for 16 weeks, and sadly caused him to miss the birth of his child. Now, during criminal trials, a lot of times experts in certain forensic fields are called upon in order to give an educated opinion, sometimes too educated, on a certain aspect of a crime. In this case, in Missoula County, Montana, James Donald Bachtel was on trial for methamphetamine possession, where a forensic chemist by the name of Derek Thrush was called upon to testify that there was indeed meth residue on a pipe found during Bachtel's arrest. The testimony led to Bachtel being convicted of his crimes the next day, but only 2 days later, an internal review of the crime lab that Thrush conducted his test on the meth found that the samples he tested that were supposed to be destroyed were instead ingested by Thrush, just moments before he testified at Bachtel's trial. Thrush then admitted to stealing drugs maybe 5 or 6 other times from evidence, but that he never used them at the crime lab, as if that makes a difference. Bachtel now has a retrial pending, and Thrush of course lost his job and will soon be on trial himself. Here's some wisdom to take from the stories. If you want to make your drug dealing business more convenient, don't. If your friends tell you to kidnap yourself, don't. And if you plan on testifying under the influence, don't. Thanks for watching, and if you didn't watch, thank you for donating your electronics time to help support charity. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell in order to get your daily reminder.